Las Vegas, the city of neon lights, endless slot machines, and sleepless nights. People call it the entertainment capital of the world. Tourists flood the strip, chasing fortune and pleasure. But behind the flashing lights and glittering casinos lies another Las Vegas. A city with shadows that stretch longer than the neon glow. A place where sins don't just stay. They linger, they haunt. Tonight, I'll tell you the story of one such haunting. A story not found in the tourist brochures, but whispered by locals who know the darker side of the city. This is the tale of the authentic hotel and casino. A place that promised excitement, but delivered something far more terrifying. So sit back, dim the lights, and let the sounds of Las Vegas fade, as we dive into a nightmare that begins with the roll of the dice, but ends with a whisper in the dark. Act 1, The Arrival. In the late 1990s, a young couple, Michael and Emily, drove into Las Vegas after a long road trip. They weren't high rollers, just two travelers looking for cheap excitement. The strip was alive with music, laughter, and the constant jingle of slot machines. But every hotel they checked was booked. Frustrated, they wandered further from the strip, past the glowing towers and into the outskirts of the city. That's when they saw it, the authentic hotel and casino. The neon sign buzzed weakly, some letters burned out. It read, Authentic Hotel and Casino. Despite its rundown appearance, the lobby seemed strangely welcoming. A tall, pale receptionist with a fixed smile greeted them, speaking in a voice that was calm, almost too calm. "Welcome to the Authentic," she said. "You'll find everything you desire here." The couple checked in. Their room was on the 13th floor, a detail that immediately unsettled Emily. Most hotels avoided a 13th floor, but here, the number glowed proudly on the elevator panel. Their room was odd. The decor looked outdated, like it hadn't been touched since the 1960s. A faint smell of smoke hung in the air, though no one had smoked there recently. The bed was made perfectly, but the sheets felt cold, damp, almost clammy. That night, as they lay in bed, Michael heard something. A faint shuffle of footsteps in the hallway. Laughter. But when he checked, the hallway was empty. Emily whispered, "Did you see the mirror?" Michael turned. In the dim light, the mirror opposite the bed seemed to ripple, like water. For a moment, he thought he saw figures moving inside it. Men in suits, women in glittering dresses, all frozen in black and white, like an old film reel. Then it was gone. Act 2, The Haunting. The next day, they explored the casino downstairs. It was nothing like the strip casinos. The room was filled with slot machines older than Michael's grandparents, their reels clinking and clattering with mechanical precision. The dealers wore uniforms that looked decades out of date, and the crowd seemed strange. People played in silence. No cheering, no laughter, just the sound of coins and cards. Their faces were pale, their expressions blank, as if they were gambling out of obligation, not joy. Emily nudged Michael. "Look at their clothes." She was right. The players weren't dressed for the 90s. Some wore flapper dresses from the 1920s, others suits from the 1940s, and still others bell-bottoms from the 1970s. But all of them looked faded, washed out, like photographs left in the sun too long. When Michael tried to cash in a few chips, the dealer froze, staring at him with sunken eyes. Then, without a word, the dealer slid the chips back and whispered, "You don't belong here." That night, the haunting grew worse. The couple returned to their room to find the television already on, playing black and white footage of people gambling in the very same casino. But the camera wasn't focused on the tables. It was focused on the doors, the exits. Every time someone tried to leave, the film cut, showing them back at the tables, still playing. Emily wanted to leave immediately, but when they grabbed their luggage and rushed to the elevator, the lobby was gone. The doors opened only to reveal another hallway, identical to theirs. They tried the stairs, endless, spiraling, leading them back to the 13th floor every time. That's when they heard it. A voice, whispering from the walls, "Stay play, stay play." And the mirrors? They no longer reflected reality. Instead, they showed the casino floor, Crowds of people frozen in different eras, their faces hollow, their eyes pleading for release. Act 3, the truth revealed. Desperate, Michael and Emily searched for the receptionist. They found her behind the front desk, still smiling, her pale face unmoving. "We want to leave," Michael demanded. Her smile widened, though her eyes remained lifeless. "No one leaves the authentic," she said. "The house always wins." Behind her, the wall flickered like static on a screen. Images appeared, black and white footage of accidents, suicides, and murders that had taken place in the hotel over the decades. The authentic was built, it seemed, not to entertain but to trap. Every gambler who had ever lost everything, every desperate soul who had thrown their life away at the tables, they were still there, bound to the hotel, replaying their sins for eternity. And now Michael and Emily were part of it. The receptionist leaned forward, whispering, "You checked in. That's all it takes. The game has already begun." The lights flickered, the slot machines roared to life, and suddenly the couple found themselves back on the casino floor. Dealers called for bets, ghostly figures crowded around them, and chips appeared in their hands. Emily screamed, dropping hers, but the chips melted into her skin, branding her palms with numbers. Michael tried to run, but the crowd of gamblers closed in, their hollow faces grinning, whispering in unison, "Play, play, play." And then, everything went black. Outro. The next morning, the authentic hotel and casino looked abandoned again. Its neon sign buzzed faintly in the desert sun. A janitor sweeping the sidewalk swore he hadn't seen a guest enter in decades. Yet, if you walk past late at night, some say you can still hear the faint jingle of slot machines, laughter echoing from empty halls, and shadows moving across the 13th floor windows. The authentic isn't on the strip, and you won't find it on any map. But locals say, if you're unlucky enough, you might stumble upon it. And if you do, don't go inside, because in Las Vegas light never go. Call to action. So, would you dare spend one night at the authentic hotel? Or would you walk away and never look back? Tell me in the comments below. If the story gave you chills, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next dark tale. Until then, remember, not all bets in Vegas are made with money. Some are made with your soul.